What's up, YouTube familia? Welcome in, welcome back. Whatever. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I am now at 13 subscribers. Jazz hands, jazz hands. Um, I'm a little out of breath, y'all, but I am so grateful for all of you for just clicking on my shit and watching it. Like, I really appreciate you. So, y'all might hear some planes and stuff because there's planes galore out here, but like I said, I'm a little out of breath. I am on my way to work. I'm on my way to the bus stop. I don't want to go. I've been off for the past 2 days. Well, 3 if you want to get technical. Saturday night, I ended up hopping on the wrong bus because my bus was late, and without me paying attention, I just hopped on that bus assuming it was mine. So after like the first stop or two, I was like, I don't think this is my bus. So I ended up getting off, but all signs were pointing to stay home that day anyway. So I had the past 3 days off, and I'm really not feeling going back into that place right now, but whatever, I gotta do what I gotta do until I get to where I need to be, and I'm okay with that. But I had a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys. One being, over the past decade or so, I have acquired so much knowledge that I believe that I can assist in curing any ailment or disease in the body via holistic and or spiritual healing modalities. I feel it, I believe it, and I know it to be true. I know that God has blessed me with the gift to assist in healing through herbs, through my hands, through the energy that I send out, to the powerful prayers that I pray, to tinctures and everything else we're passing the cemetery. So, I gotta say, hey, what's up to my people? But yeah, so sorry, there was somebody in the cemetery, so that kind of distracted me a little bit. But yeah, so when I see people struggling with illness, with disease, or with ailments, pains in the body, I always look like I had to sit down. So I always feel like, why don't you let me assist you? Sorry, I got a dent in my head from having my glasses up there. But it's like, why don't you allow me to come in and assist you? I have random people on the street tell me about their issues and their problems and things like that, and I give them guidance, and I guess that's God's way of showing me that you are assisting, you are helping. But I really hate to see people suffer. I really do. I've healed my own body in so many ways. There was a time when they were telling me I needed to have surgery on my knee or I will never run again, and blah blah blah. Baby, I'm running again. Never had surgery, and this was years, probably about 16 or so years ago, and I had refused surgery. Had I known about my gallbladder and what was causing it, if I was fully aware back then as I am now, I wouldn't have had my gallbladder removed. I wouldn't have had gallstones, none of those issues. So it's like God has really blessed me with the gift of knowing, the gift of healing, the gift of knowledge, and I'm so grateful for it. And I would really love to assist others in their healing journey. Now, I'm not saying if you have a brain hemorrhage or a broken bone or a gunshot wound or anything like that, I cannot assist you with that. I'm sorry. I can pray for you, but I cannot assist you with that. Please take your behind to the hospital. But as far as ailments, pains in the body, any disease in the body, fibroids, tumors, and things like that, I can definitely definitely assist you in healing. I know for a fact that God has blessed me with that ability. So I just wanted to put that out there and say that because I really hate to see people suffering when they don't have to. I hate it. Or I'm not going to say when they don't have to because sometimes suffering is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. You have to go through it to get through it. So, but I can assist in making it easier for you. So let me say that. Sorry, planes are going by. I'm in Atlanta, right by the dam, close enough to the airport. So, but I'm probably gonna have to cut this video short and then take it back up when I get on the bus. The bus is kind of loud too. I thought I could record on the bus, but never something I want to do. But other than that, I wanted to share with you guys a dream that I had. Yeah, I did a podcast on it yesterday I believe. So it was a dream that I had. It took place in my old home, which was my sister's home. My podcast is dedicated to my sister who has transitioned back in 2023. She was 24 years old from a fentanyl overdose. She was taking Percocet and Percocet had fentanyl in it. So that is my biggest angel, my huge angel, and my co-host of the podcast. That's something she wanted to start long ago and just discuss our lives and the different struggles that we've been through. She wanted to open up a space where people would feel comfortable coming in and just talking about their stories so that they could no longer hold on to pain. But listen, I had a dream, y'all, and it took place in that home. It didn't look like that home, but the energy felt like that home. And my father was there, whom I was renting that place from at the time that I was living there. At the time that I was living there, I was renting from him. But he was there too. He was like in another room, mudding or something, and I was in walking into another room, which looked like it felt like my old bedroom. And I was there with my daughter's ex-girlfriend, who I'm in love with. I love her so deeply. That is my girl. But we were walking into the room, and as we're walking into the room, I just started to say no negative energies or no demonic entities are allowed in this space. And as I started to say that, it started to get dark in the room. It started to get pitch black. And as I continued to keep saying it, I started to lose my breath. It was like, oh no, bam, you're not going to come up in here demanding that we leave. We're going to take all your breath away. You're not going to even be able to speak. But it didn't matter how much I thought that I could not breathe. I continued to keep saying it. No negative energies or demonic entities are allowed in this space. And this is something that I say all the time. Wherever I go, like, I make sure that I say that. But as I'm saying it, the room is getting dark. I'm losing my breath. I cannot speak. So this is taking place in this house. So I interpret that that house had a lot of dark energy in it. And they did not want to leave. But it's okay. But as I'm saying it, I'm losing my breath. And then my daughter's ex-girlfriend, she pulls me out of the room. And she's like, stop. And as she pulls me out of the room, I start to catch my breath back. My bus is coming, so I'll be back. All right, I'm back, y'all. So I'm off the bus. I'm at the job now. That was a good little walk. But like I was saying, so she pulled me out of the room. I was catching my breath, and as I'm catching my breath and getting it back together, we start walking. And as we're walking, we pass my father, and I start to tell him exactly what happened when I was getting rid of the energies that should not have been around. And he's like, oh, that ain't nothing. Like the hater that he is, because that's what he is. But anyways, we leave that home. Oh, and let me let you guys know that this is the home that my sister was found in. She was found in this home as well. So we lived in that home, and while we were living there, we experienced a lot of supernatural activities. My kids have experienced a lot of things there. Mind you, it is on Cherokee land, Muskogee land, I believe. Muskogee land. So Muskogee land, and there was like a cemetery not too far from where we were, like a block over, and I believe that we were probably on some cemetery is also some old cemetery land also. But anyways, so we're leaving that space. As we're leaving that space, we start walking somewhere else. You know, dreams are absolutely insane. You'll be one spot 1 second, in another spot another second. You'll feel like you're someplace that you've been before, but it looks absolutely different. But anyways, we end up outside in the outside area, and it kind of looks like a parking lot kind of, and there's a gate in front of us. So as we're inside this parking lot area, I start to say the same thing again. No negative energies or demonic entities are allowed in this space. And as I say it, the sky gets completely black. It was light outside. It gets completely black, but this time spirits start to appear. There were spirits everywhere, and mainly in front of us over the gate there was like a bunch of spirits congregated. It looked like a news report of something that may have happened. It was just like a bunch of people sitting around talking. There was cameras, there were microphones. I did see that. And from that area there was a woman who was walking, looked like she was walking from that area, but she was walking towards another way down another block. Her skin was like grayish, purplish. She had a bob. I believe her bob was blonde. I believe it was blonde, and she had a scar over her eye. And she, like I said, her skin was purplish or gray, so I could not tell what ethnicity she was. So so we start to walk towards that area, I believe. Yeah, I wasn't saying it again because I was just too busy looking at the spirits that had showed up after I said that, and the sky had gotten completely black. It's starting to light up again, but the spirits are still out. I start to walk towards that area, and somehow we ended up walking back. And as we're walking back, we meet up with a Hispanic woman who I know was attached to my father. I don't know if she was a girlfriend, friend, confidant, baby. I don't know who she was, but I know she was connected to my father from the energies. It's just, you just know sometimes. So as I'm walking past her, I'm like, hey, you have to see this. I'm like, you have to see what happens when I say certain things. So I start to say, you know, no negative energies or demonic entities are allowed in this space, and it starts to get completely dark again. And she goes, you stopped me to show me that? That's what you stopped me for? So it was just like, okay, more haters. Like, the haters are around. Of course she's connected to my father because he's the biggest hater of them all. But what I get from that is that these people that I've been surrounded by all of my life have known about the gifts and the abilities that I have, and I'm just going to say that because I use mine for good, or they knew that I would use mine for good and become one of God's favorites, the hate was there. Or I really don't know. I don't know why people do the things they do. I really don't know why people give off negative energy, and I know that some people have the same abilities that I have, and they use them for bad or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. So boom, we get back to a nursing home. How we ended up there, I don't know, but we're in the nursing home. We're downstairs in the laundry area, and here comes this lady, the same lady that was walking away that I wanted to catch up with. So she's down there, and she comes talking from around the corner, and she comes straight to me, and she's so happy, and her energy is so bubbly and so live, and I'm just like, I don't think you're supposed to be here. And she's like, oh, I know, but my daughter, and she started talking about her daughter. She tells me her name. It was like Tavia or something like that. It started with a T, but I believe it was short for something else. Could have been like Talika or Tamia. I don't know, but it was, it was something with a T, but I know it was short for something. And her daughter's name also started with a T. She told me her daughter's name. I can't remember, but she was just so happy. Her energy was so live and bubbly, and I believe she just has a message. I believe that dream was just full of, all dreams are full of messages, I feel. But I believe that all dreams are full of some type of message. You're traveling through all these different beautiful realms that you don't get to see while you're awake. So I believe they all come with some sort of information that you need. But it was an exciting dream. That wasn't the end of it. There was more that took place in the nursing home, and you know, nursing homes carry a lot of energies because of all of the souls that transition in that space. So yeah, it was just a very interesting dream. It made me want to dream some more, and I have been having a lot of vivid dreams. So for all of you dreamers out there, I would love to hear how you communicate and interpret, well, communicate with spirit. This is for my mediums. And then I would also love to know how you interpret your dreams. So yeah, that was it. I thought I should share that with you guys. It was beautiful. It was exciting. Just showing me that the power that I hold, the forces that come up against you. What else? And the lively spirits that have transitioned, that have stories for you, or stories for their loved ones, or messages for you, or messages for their loved ones. And I know that is happening because when spirits who have crossed over, or angels, or higher beings want to contact me, they contact me through this ear right here. Sometimes I get ringing in my left ear, but it's mostly buzzing in this ear, and sometimes it's associated with headache, depending on how strong it is and where I'm at. So sometimes I can interpret immediately, sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, but I usually get the information that is needed through asking questions and writing them down, or just asking questions and meditating on them. So I'd love to know how others communicate with spirit beings, people who have transitioned, and I would also love to know how you interpret dreams. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I need to go up in this building. Don't want to be here, but I'm going. Don't want to be here, but I'm going to make the absolute best of it. I am. So I'm going to turn my energy all the way up and enter this space so that I can get this night over with. But thank you again so much for joining me. Thank you for listening to all that I've had to say in this video. I hope to hear some beautiful responses. And that's it, my beautiful, 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 beautiful souls. I love you more than you will ever, ever know. Don't forget to like it, share it, spread it with the world. Whatever you want to do. Have a good night, a good morning, whenever you're listening to this, and just go be great. I love you.